If a trading platform promises pro-level tools, sleek charts, and real automation, but quietly leaves you stuck with bugs, missing money, or support nightmares, would you even know before it's too late? I tested TradeStation hands-on to find out if it's the real deal or just another overhyped trap. And I found a few things buried under the surface that most traders miss until it costs them. So let's start with what other traders are saying about the TradeStation platform, because before I even funded my own TradeStation account, I spent hours combing through actual user reviews, and not just the polished ones on the homepage of the website. When I evaluate any platform, I always start with the one-star reviews, because that's where the deal breakers usually live. And in TradeStation's case, there was one TradeStation review that honestly gave me pause. One trader said he signed up, connected his Trust wallet, and tried to withdraw, only to get stuck in some kind of verification loop. Customer service, according to him, was dismissive and kept blaming him. Yeah, that doesn't exactly scream confidence. But before jumping to conclusions, I kept digging. First off, I couldn't find a pattern of complaints like this. It just honestly felt like an isolated issue. And reading between the lines, it may have been more of an unsupported wallet issue and nothing shady. Also, TradeStation currently holds a 4.5 out of 5-star rating overall. Now, that's not perfect, but in this industry, that's really solid. I also found many TradeStation reviews of traders who swear by the platform. One trader said it's the easiest platform he's ever used. Smooth install, reliable security, and just a great trading experience overall. Another trader pointed out something I personally noticed too, and that's the flexibility. TradeStation doesn't lock you into their ecosystem, so you can connect to outside tools like TradingView, which means that you get a wider toolkit and more leverage over your trading setups. So yeah, there is a negative review or two out there, but when you weigh that against the consistently strong feedback and my own experience, I wouldn't call it like a red flag, more like a rare hiccup that can happen with any major platform. But let's get into the real stuff now, because the question isn't just, is TradeStation legit? It's, does it actually offer the tools and experience that justify switching or staying? And this is where TradeStation really started winning me over. I'll start with what matters most to me, and that's security. When I'm wiring money into a brokerage, I need to feel 100% protected, and TradeStation takes that seriously. They actually have a dedicated security center with anti-fraud technology, account monitoring tools, and user-side education. From two-factor authentication to encrypted sessions, it pretty much checks all the boxes for me. Compared to other platforms I've used like NinjaTrader, I think the peace of mind here is next level and something that I was looking for more than anything else. And it actually doesn't stop at cybersecurity either. Let's talk about actual fund safety. So TradeStation does not do proprietary trading. That alone puts it ahead of some of its competitors. Your funds aren't being leveraged or loaned behind your back. Plus, they're a US regulated broker and part of the Monex Group, a well-established financial services company in Japan. So, if you've asked the question constantly, is TradeStation regulated? There's your answer. You've got account protection, reserve requirements, regular audits, the works. If you're like me and you trade with significant capital, this kind of oversight really does matter. Now, what really sets TradeStation apart for active traders like me is their strategy optimization and testing tools. Now, this isn't some gimmicky backtester. I spent a good chunk of my week running historical tests on one of my breakout strategies. TradeStation doesn't just give you results, it gives you actionable data. You can pretty much tweak every single variable. Then it runs thousands of simulations and shows you which combinations delivered the best net profit. And here's the part I love. It actually visualizes the performance report in a way that doesn't feel like this spreadsheet explosion. Competitors like NinjaTrader has solid strategy tools too, but I just found TradeStation's layout more intuitive and much easier to use. And speaking of interface, have you tried RadarScreen yet? That's one of their biggest flexes. Imagine monitoring 500 stocks across multiple indicators in real time. RadarScreen is basically a supercharged watch list where each row acts like its own chart, so you can sort, rank, and trigger alerts all from a single screen and a single layout. So if like you've ever juggled 5 tabs during pre-market scanning, this setup will blow your mind. The ticker bar is another tool I didn't expect to use, but found myself checking constantly. It gives you hot lists, market news, and real-time updates right on your desktop. Once it's launched, you can layer in news tickers, quote tickers. It's fully customizable. And then there's the market depth window. So if you're scalping or running short-term plays, depth of market data is your edge. And this window gives you a full bid-ask activity with an integrated trade bar. You can see where size is stacking up, where market makers are active, and you can execute from the same screen. No flipping back and forth. And I do want to mention, for the coders out there, TradeStation's developer solutions let you tap directly into their API. This isn't some locked down black box of secrecy. You can essentially build, route, and automate multi-asset trades using their data streams. All right, let me circle back to strategy testing because I found it extremely helpful to visually see how my strategy performed both historically and in real time. You load up a chart analysis window, apply your strategy, and every trade gets plotted with detailed stats. Now, to be fair, you'll find strategy testing on TradeStation competitor platforms like NinjaTrader and Thinkorswim, but here's what gave TradeStation the edge for me. It didn't just show entry and exit points. It let me assess if the strategy fit my trading personality. It's a small detail, but it's one that can really make or break your confidence when real money's on the line. So, is TradeStation perfect? Honestly, no. But my only real gripe was with the learning curve. TradeStation just has a ton going on. If you're brand new to trading or even just switching from something simpler like Webull, the platform can feel overwhelming at first. There are tabs, modules, indicators, toolbars. It's a whole buffet. But here's what I found. After 2 or maybe 3 solid sessions of clicking around and going through their guides, it started clicking for me. And once I got past that initial curve, I realized that most of these options weren't just extra clutter. They were optional depth. So you're not required to use every single tool, but when you need something, it's right there. Okay, now let's talk about pricing. So compared to stripped-down platforms like Robinhood or even TD Ameritrade, TradeStation might come off as more premium. It's not built for hobby traders who log in once a month. This is a platform designed for active traders, and it's priced that way. But here's how I see it. If you're serious about results, free tools just won't cut it. TradeStation earns its price by giving you an edge. Whether it's faster execution, better insight, or more control, you're getting more than your money's worth. Also, they do run promos and offers from time to time, so check the link in the description. It'll take you directly to their current pricing and offers. We try to keep it updated. So, after testing TradeStation, reading plenty of reviews, and trading on it myself, here's my honest verdict. It's not for everyone. But if you're an active trader looking for real tools, real customization, and real performance, it's 100% worth your time. Check the link in the description of this video to get started with our special discount and coupon.